What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Monica. And if you want to know how to start an independent courier business, then this video is for you. My client, John Hampton, is doing just that. And he started the process by purchasing a brand new Ford Transit 350 high roof cargo van. Now, this cargo van has a higher roof, so it's got about 404 cubic feet of storage space, and it can hold up to 10,000 pounds. Don't quote me on those numbers. I think I'm close. But bottom line is he got a brand new van in order to start this business. And when we talked about all of the things that he did to start the business, he ran into so many hurdles that I was like, John, you need to put this together so that other people can benefit from not having to go through the things that you went through. Now, when it came to finding the van, that was just a challenge in and of itself. And then when he got to the dealership, they wanted to vet him, and there's a whole bunch going on with that. So we put everything together in a course so that if you are interested in starting an independent courier business, that you have it all right here. We talked to you about why the Ford 350 high roof was better than the Nissan NV200, than the Dodge Ram version of the same vehicle. We talked to you about where to find the van. As a matter of fact, we went and did a nationwide directory. But one of the things that took him the longest amount of time was how to find this van, a brand new one. And the reason he bought the brand new van, as he teaches you in the course, is because he wanted to be competitive. He came from a military background. He's a veteran, Persian Gulf War Navy veteran, and he did logistics. He worked in the Helo Squadron, and he handled hazmat materials and things of that nature. So he knew very much that it was important that the vehicle or the mode of transportation that was going to be used did not need to be down. So he went ahead and made the investment in a new vehicle so he didn't have to worry about a lot of downtime. So then he talked to me a little bit about how it was when he went to these various dealerships. They're going to be screening you. Let me just tell you this. The dealers are screening you to see what you're doing, what your business looks like, how you're doing it, is it legit? And so he gives some tips on that in this training we put together for him. And some of the basic stuff you probably already know about how to set up the business. He talks about the application process and how he went about that, how much it cost him, what the payments are, all of that good stuff. But the other thing that we did, and the reason that we kind of connected, was he needed my help in getting started, like getting to that first customer. So the first place we started was the local government. Now, we registered with his local city government, we registered with his local county government, and we registered with the state government. We tended to stay away from the federal government because I had some experience going after a courier contract, and I know how challenging that can be. However, that's something that he wants to put on, the schedule to do at some point, because he is a service disabled veteran, and a lot of those veteran courier contracts favor service disabled veterans. So that's something that he's going to be doing in the future. So the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is this calculator. Now, those of you guys that are already in the medical courier space, certified notary medical couriers, you already have the courier calculator. Well, this is the 2.0 version. So I have basically revamped the calculator specifically as a result of working with John, because since he's starting an independent courier service, he needs to be able to provide quotes on the fly. Like, he needs to know exactly how much it's going to cost him to go from one location to the next. And they're not going to want to wait around for a long time for him to get back with him on the numbers. So to make sure he doesn't leave any money on the table, I created this 2.0 version of the courier calculator, where all you have to do is enter the address. And let's just say we're going from 2800 Opryland Drive, which is the Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's say we're going to go over from there to, let's get another address, Tybee Island in Georgia. So we're going to copy that address over here. And what this calculator does is it automatically calculates for you the distance. Okay, so everything in the yellow is already got a formula in it, and you don't have to worry about calculating it. Now, this is something that's included in his training. This is something that I put together for people who take his training so that they will be able to know how to quote a job, how to quote a route without leaving any money on the table. The next thing is you determine how much per mile. Like if you're in the trucking industry, you already know you want at least $2 or more per mile, and that's typically the norm. So let's just say he wants to get at least $2.50 per mile. The calculator will automatically calculate the minimum miles, the minimum charge for the trip. But that's not all that's involved, right? You also have gas. So what you do next is you input, all of the blue fields will allow for you to input. You input how big your tank is on your vehicle. And in my case, I've got a Mercedes E350, and it said on Google that my tank size was 17.4 gallons. And it also told me that I got a combined miles per gallon of 27. That was city and highway. So I just put the combined miles per gallon of 27 miles per gallon. And then, of course, you have to input that information along with how much gas is in your area. And in my area, I've got to pay premium, and I think it's $3.84. We're just pretending I'm using my vehicle to go from Opryland in Nashville over to the Chamber of Commerce in Tybee Island, Georgia. So now I'm gonna say $3.84 is the price of gas I gotta pay per gallon. So now it's gonna give me my gas costs, right? But that's not it. I got oil. I've got, all these little maintenance-y things that happen when you go on these long trips. So I'm going to make sure I account for that in this calculator by putting 50 cents per mile. I could do $1, I could do 25 cents, but I'm going to go with 50 cents per mile and then see what that gives me. So that's another $257 that I got to add on to my rate. Okay, well, that's not it. Who's going to drive the vehicle? Nobody's going to drive it for free. And if you're doing a courier business, you shouldn't drive it for free either. So I'm going to put at least $20 per hour in here to get somebody, even if it's not me, that's responsible, got a good driving record, and is not going to wreck, right? I'm going to pay them $20 per hour. So the total trip time already calculates for you at 7.74 hours, means that my labor, right, is going to be $154.82. That's my hourly rate times my trip time. Again, all of these fields are automatically calculated for you. And now I can determine how much my trip cost is from my minimum charge for just the miles, the price per mile, plus my gas cost, right? Plus my maintenance miles, plus my labor cost. All that comes to $1,772.82. But I want to make sure I make a profit. So I'm going to put a 35% profit margin in here. Now, I could put a 20% profit margin, or I could put a 10% profit margin. I'm going to look at this quoted rate, and I'm going to play around with this number to make sure I make a profit, but to make sure I also stay within market rate, right? So my profit margin at 25% is $443.21. Again, this calculates for you automatically, meaning that I need to quote, particularly for this route, a $2,216.03 rate, okay? So that's what this calculator does. It's included in his training along with all the other tips and tricks that he is giving you on what it's taken for him to buy this van, find a brand new van. It took him months to do that. We've got that nationwide directory. So no matter what state that you're in, you're going to get access to that nationwide directory to show you where to go to find these vans, and the breakdown on why that Ford 350 high roof was the van that he went with. Now, as you guys know, he found me on the Notary Nerds YouTube channel, if I didn't mention that before. But because he did find me on the YouTube channel, I want to give a special, this is going out to my notaries first, to everybody on my channel first, a special discount to those of you guys who are quick and want to take advantage of this training and get a copy of that Courier Calculator 2.0. I'm going to knock $300 off of his price. He's given me permission to do that for the first 20 people that sign up, right? So we're going to be marketing this on his behalf to his audience starting on tomorrow. So for those of you guys who are interested in getting this discount and want 20% off, which includes that bonus, which is that calculator, definitely take advantage of that sooner rather than later. And I've got to run because I got to go teach. Click the link in the description box or in the email, however you're getting this video, and I'll see you soon. Peace.